All right, Sequence family, we are doing our July dumbbell workout routine number 1. So what you're going to need for this is just a pair of dumbbells, okay? Our first 2 exercises are going to be the squat and then the dumbbell overhead press, okay? So for the squat, what I want you to focus on, and we're going to do the same thing for the overhead press, is actually a nice slow eccentric. So you can hold 1 dumbbell or you can hold 2 dumbbells for this. If I'm holding 1, I'm just going to hold it just like this. If I was holding 2, I can hold them up here like that. So for the squat, what I want you to do is it's going to be about 3 seconds on the way down. We're going to have our feet just outside of shoulder width with their toes pointed out slightly. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then come up. So from the side, it looks like this. It's 1, 2, 3, and then up. If you have any knee issues, what I would recommend is sitting back more into it, still going down slow, but not going down all the way. Okay, so we're sitting back more. Okay? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the overhead press. I want you to still stay standing for this. I'm just going to take a knee so that you can see the weight go over my head. So this is going to be an overhead press, and what we're going to do is, all we're going to do is press over our head, but what I want you to do is I want you to go down slow, just like how we did for the squat thing, 3 seconds. I want our elbows to end in this position for this exercise. So we're going straight up, down slow, and under control, okay? So if you're in week 1 or week 2, it's going to be 10 reps for each of those. You are going to then take a 60-second break and then repeat. And while you're resting, I just want to remind you, every exercise, again, should be done within your own comfort and control. If you have any injuries that are preventing you from doing any of these exercises, please reach out to your care team. Let them know that you are asking for me so that we can give you some modifications or even take a look at your technique. So that's our first 2 exercises. We're still going to be standing for our next ones. We'll just hold 1 dumbbell. I guess you can hold 2 for this if you feel like it, but it's going to be a dumbbell push out. So all we're going to do for this is just stand with our feet shoulder width apart, press the dumbbell out, and come back in, okay? If you did have weights where you felt like you could do both, just go press out and then come back in. Press out and then come back in. That's going to be the dumbbell push out. The next one is going to be a dumbbell bent over row. This one, the position to get in, I think, is probably the most challenging. But what we're going to do is we're going to push our hips back. Imagine like you're about to hike a football, and we're going to be right here, and we're just going to row in just like this. Keep your elbows in nice and tight to your body when you do this exercise, and keep your back nice and straight. If you feel like you're kind of going into flexion like this, just get yourself resituated and get your rows going. Another thing that I find people do is they end up in this position. You know, that's not the end of the world, but we want to try to have our torso facing the ground, okay? So that is going to be your 2 exercises for your B-based exercises. It's that push out followed by that bent over row. So what you can do now is you can take a quick break, pause the video, get through all your sets, and then come back when you are ready. The next one that we are going to be doing is going to be a lunge variation. I'm going to have you do this one just by itself. You can do this body weight or you can hold weights. For the lunge variation, what I want us to do is take a small step back, and we're only going to be bending our legs just a little bit, okay? So we're not really letting our knee go forward. So if this is our standard lunge, what we're looking for is more along the lines of this. And I'm on my back toe for this exercise, okay? So we're going to do 10, switch over, do 10 to the other side. And once you get done with this, again, take your breaks, get through all your sets, and then we're going to be down on the floor. I'll tilt the camera down just a little bit. Okay. So the next exercise that we're going to do is we're going to focus on our core, and then we're going to focus on some triceps, okay? So for the core exercise, what you're going to do is you're going to be on your back. We're going to take our right hand, and we're going to take our right knee, and we're going to bring these 2 together, and we're going to do 10 reps, and then you're going to switch over. It's going to be a crunch where we're crunching our left to our left, 10 reps, and if you want a bonus, go through both for 10, okay? So it's 10, 10, and then 10 more if you want a bonus. After that, what we're going to do is we're going to be down on all fours. This is wrapping up the workout, and we are going to start in this position, and we're going to do a kickback just like that. So what I want you to also focus on with the kickback is try to go up a little bit too, okay? If you do, I would really recommend having a mat for this, or even a pillow for your knees if we're down on our knees. So we'll go 10, and then what you'll do is you'll switch over to the other side and do 10, rest 60 seconds, and then return back to that reverse crunch crunch variation. All right, and that is your dumbbell workout 1 for July.